Lord, thank you. Thank you for this life on this land, this common law land, where the laws of this nation were established under the sight of the supremacy of God. Thank you that we had this time, most of us had this time to walk in freedom, to be able to go from point A to point B without being unnecessarily detained or taken away from our families without notice. Thank you even for the shadow of the laws of this land, even for the legal society, that over the course of time they did shadow what the law is, that they made legal reflect at least lawful. Forgive me, Lord, for not doing more, for not speaking out more. But I thank you for your forgiveness. If I hold any resentment, disappointment, hatred in my heart for my fellow man, Lord, please forgive me, and I get it out right now in your holy name. I loose the blood of the Lord on my front doorpost, and that all diseases and viruses, plagues, bypassed my home. In the name of the Lord. I thank you very much for the ministry and spirits of fire that you have blessed every man, every woman with, the day they invited you into their heart to save, for you to save us from our sins. Thank you, Lord, that I am a sinner saved by grace. It's a miracle. I didn't deserve anything with God. Nothing. Thank you that you chose us and knocked on the door. That all we had to do was open it. Invite you into our hearts and save us from our sins, from the law of sin and death. Thank you, Lord, for keeping me from the grips of vain religions. Also, Lord, anybody who agrees, who listens to this prayer, takes the time to listen to this prayer and agrees, that is in agreement with me, I also, in their honor, post the blood of the Lamb on their front doorpost. That this plague, this virus, this sickness would bypass their homes as well. Not by my will, Lord, but by yours. Also, if any man or woman who agrees with this prayer and agrees with me, because you're not a slaver, Lord, and like this land and like the laws of this land, everyone must consent that slavery is outlawed in this land. And thank you, Lord, for that. Thank you that slavery is outlawed on this land for every man, every woman. But as this virus hits this nation, I hope that you turn this evil into good. I hope that there's a chance that this can turn around and renew this nation in strength, intestinal fortitude, morality, kindness, compassion, helpfulness, hopefulness. And these godly spirits I loose on every one of us now that agree with this prayer to minister to our needs. I also loose your angels, your ministering spirits of fire, the ones you allotted to me the day that I became one of yours, the day that I bent my knee to your authority willingly. But I loose your angels now, Lord, to bind the strong man in every one of us, every one that agrees with this prayer, to bind the strong man in the shadow of the strong man, to gag him, chain him, put him in boxes, filled with your light, Lord, and keep him there until you send him. I loose into every one of us health, wealth, love, agape, spirits of strength, knowledge, wisdom, and patience, success, ministering spirits of fire, Lord, to help us overcome and to keep our houses. I loose a hedge of protection around each and every one of us, soul, spirit, and body, in the heavenlies to fight our battles in the heavenlies, and to keep any reinforcements or runners or messengers from getting through. I loose a hedge of protection around all our personal plans, business plans, properties, and loved ones. And as we think of our loved ones, Lord, that automatically hedge of protection goes around each and every one of them to keep them. Thank you, Lord, for this time you gave me, for as much as I didn't deserve it, as much as I spoiled my freedom and enjoyed the fruits of the world. Not always, but I did my share. And thank you, Lord, that I had a chance, one chance, to lead one man or woman to you. And if I have done that, Lord, I just thank you for this. And my life wasn't a waste. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the chance to be a family man, a father and a husband. Thank you, Lord, for people that you've brought into my life so I could escape the bondage of the legal persons, of the legal society, of the principalities, powers, rulers, and dominions of the air that operate through these persons, these human dupes that would sell out their fellow man for temporary treasure, control. Oh Lord, this one's hard for me, but please forgive me. I just pray for every man and woman. Well, I don't just pray, Lord. I hate that. I don't know why I said that, but Lord, also, I loose a hedge of protection. I loose ministering spirits of fire to bind the strong man in every man or woman that holds any position of authority within this nation as a public servant, to bind these unclean spirits that convince us to believe and agree with lies, to make excuses to cause harm to our fellow man, our fellow woman, and young ones. And I loose your angels right now to bind the strong man, the shadow of the strong man, and each and every one of them, bind, gag, and chain, put them in boxes. Not by my will, Lord, but by yours. I loose the spirit of agape, crying, Abba, Father. Spirit of salvation. The spirit of long-suffering. Not only in them, Lord, but in all of us. Bless us with a renewal within this nation, that we can take something so bad, so catastrophic, and turn it to good. Give this land a renewal, Lord, where we can come together as mankind, as equals, to look each other in the eye, to be there when our neighbor needs us, to be there when our friends need us, to be there to pick up the stranger. As I have been picked up, Lord, many, many times off the side of the highway on a broken down Harley by complete strangers. Put up, helped out. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for your goodness upon this land, the bountiful harvests that we were able to receive. But I also loose Lord, a special squad of your ministering spirits of fire around each and every one who goes in the hospital, Lord. As each and every one of yours, one of my fellow men, or those of mankind, that end up in the hospital, Lord, that a hedge of protection around each and every one of them, to help them make it through this disaster. I loose your angels, Lord, your ministering spirits of fire, to build up all those who work in the front lines to save lives within this nation. Bless us, Lord, and minimize this slaughter. And thank you. Thank you for that measure of faith that you bless me and that it's not under a rock.